I'm very excited about 2020 and all of us having the opportunity to take our health and our well-being to a completely different level. You know, I am constantly talking about it, and maybe you get a little bit bored of it. Hopefully not. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I thought what I'd do today is just share with you a couple of the books on keto that have inspired me over the past year, and also some of the experts that I just absolutely and completely adore. So I'm going to start with Dr. Joe Mercola. So Dr. Mercola was one of the very first, a couple of years ago, 3+ years ago, and he wrote a book called Fat for Fuel. And that book was so transformational for me and for so many of you. And he continues to write on this topic, and he's a prolific writer and researcher, and he interviews so many people and an explorer, truly. I mean, I've had the privilege of spending time with him and learning from him, and also understanding the way he approaches his own health and the health of all of the people that he supports in such an incredible way. And I'm a huge fan. He recently wrote a book called Keto Fast, and I highly recommend Keto Fast because what I love about Keto Fast is he's speaking about how the ketogenic diet, along with fasting, can work synergistically. And we know that for sure from how it activates autophagy. And in my book, Glow 15, we spoke a lot about sort of combining the two. But I love how he pulls the research together. I love that it's an easy to follow, essentially a manual, and focuses on, being less insulin resistant, really improving blood sugar, some weight loss that comes with it. But it's a holistic and very thoughtful approach to ketogenic diet and our favorite, fasting. A second book that I'm a huge fan of is Drew Manning's book. It's called Complete Keto by Drew Manning. And I love the cover, and I love the imagery inside the book. And I also truly love his overall message, right? So Drew is an individual who was a coach, and he gained 70 pounds. And the reason he gained this weight as a coach is he wanted to truly feel what it felt like to have that excess weight around his body, and then to reduce it and ultimately remove it and get back to where he was before. So this Complete Keto is a simple, very visually stimulating guide. It's got tons of great recipes, but it brings Drew's own personal story into his message. And so you're getting this coach who's very empathetic and who can essentially hold your hand and walk you through the journey in a gentle way that's different than other books. And so I love Complete Keto, and I adore Drew Manning for those reasons. So I interviewed Drew Manning for The Real Skinny on Fat, and it was a really remarkable experience. Actually, you can watch the video or a portion of it right here on my YouTube channel. But when I interviewed Drew, what I came away with more than anything was how much empathy this guy had, how much heart, how much love he had inside of himself. And I think we always need more of it. And he's a great, great individual to sort of lead us down that path. Another favorite I have is called Simple Keto. It's by a woman named Suzanne Ryan. Her story is fantastic. And when we were getting ready to really start the research on high fiber keto that's coming out February 25th, very excited. The link is below. But when we were starting that research, what we did is we looked at every single book out there on keto. We really wanted to make sure that we were going to bring you a message that would be different, personalized, and would give you the opportunity to transform your life. And there are so many millions of people doing keto right now, and you may be confused, and you may not be able to get into a ketogenic lifestyle, or you may be curious and you want to know more, or you may be confident like I was, but it took me understanding keto at a deeper level to really get the full benefit. So wherever you are in your personal journey, what I like about Suzanne's book is, as we were studying all of the books that were out there, hers really stood out. It stood out to my team of interns. It stood out to our entire organization. And the reason it did is here's a woman who lost 100 pounds in 1 year. And she's going to take you through the journey of the step-by-step transformation that she went through in her life. It's very real, it's raw, it's authentic, and I think everybody that reads that book learns something valuable. These are just a few of my favorite books on keto. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. You can subscribe, you can like, you can share. I always want your comments. I'd love to know what you think about these books, or if you have a recommendation for me, I'd love to read it. And until next time, I hope you're well.